We are Steve and Jill.
Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
We answer that and more. I'm Stephen Jack Butala.
And I'm Jill DeWit, and this is the Land Academy Show.
This is episode number 2132. Today, Jill and I are talking about why research is the backbone of successful land investing. I can tell you, research is certainly substantially in the beginning part of any real estate deal. You don't just decide you're going to send mail to Wisconsin without really looking into it. Or you don't make a statement like Florida's a better place to buy land than Texas. That needs to be backed up. Research is the backbone of a lot more than successful land investing.
True.
That's my gig.
You shouldn't pick a career without research. I don't care what it is. Shouldn't pick a college. You certainly shouldn't pick a guy without doing research.
How would one go about researching a man?
Oh, man. Oh, that's very easy. Check their profiles. Start with their ask around, ask their friends. Do they, are they really successful? Did they make this up? I don't know. What's his family like? What's he going to look like when he's 80? Don't tell me you men don't do that.
Men do not do that.
Really?
Yep.
I thought men looked at the moms to go, this is what's going to happen.
Yeah, but that's way into it. The research happens up front with women and happens at the end with men.
Don't you want to see what the woman's going to look like when she stops going to the gym every day?
I do. I'm very interested in that. But before that, I'm more interested in things we can't talk about on air.
Oh, okay. Got it. But yeah, I think... And I'm going to talk about this when we get to the meat of this here. But research, I've made notes about research at the beginning, research in the middle, and the research in the end of everything that we do in our deals.
If I came to Joe and said, look, a bunch of stuff happened in the market in the last 4 months, and I really think we should send a mailer out and seriously consider southwestern North Dakota as a place to buy and sell land, she would say, okay. Mm-hmm. True. And that's it. The conversation would stop right there because she knows that I don't make statements like that unless it's like so crazy over research that she's just in.
There's
a bunch of stuff. And here's my final point, Jill, that Jill comes to me with and I say, yep, I'm in.
Yep. I think I personally do enough research to satisfy you.
Absolutely.
And I've learned to do more. However, the amount of research you do is 10 times
extraordinary
needed to satisfy me.
And I don't mean extraordinary.
But it has to satisfy you. That's why.
I don't mean extraordinary as in top notch. I mean extra. It's a lot.
Mm-hmm. That's nice. We know each other now. I know that, and I think you do also. I know that when you come to me with that idea of here's what we're doing, here's what we're pivoting, maybe it's a new product type, not only a new area, it's a new product type, whatever it is. I know that you've run the numbers 20 different ways and you love them all. So I'm like, okay, let's go.
I've been involved in a lot of businesses, a ton of businesses before I met Jill. True. And she and I have been involved in a lot of business since then. And I can tell you that we are still in this business for a reason.
True.
For research reasons. We can turn it on and off whenever we want. We can do it from anywhere. It's incredibly profitable with not a large staff. There's a lot more variable costs than there are fixed costs with each of these transactions and on and on and on. And so when you line up buying and selling land from a research standpoint as a career, against being a real estate agent, working on a dock, owning a chain of convenience stores, and any type of career that you can think of, startup costs, how much are they? Risk in general, I see no risk in what we do at all. If I see risk in a deal, we don't do it. We just move to the next deal. And so research is the backbone of successful land investing and pretty much everything else you do. Mm-hmm. Like this house we live in now, how much research did you do in this? Because I didn't. This is Jill's side.
Mm-hmm. A lot.
Kooks amount.
Yeah.
Price so per square much. Foot, neighborhood, block by block.
Yeah. I was just thinking about there's looking at another personal acquisition for us. And I've had to stop myself. This is overkill. I know more about this than anybody ever does. I know more about this place right now than the guy who owns it currently. Yeah. And he's had it for 7 years. I know more right now. Yeah.
If you're listening to this, a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about on the show how people buy cars, because I brought up a Facebook post where someone said, should I pay cash for a new car or should I finance it? To which I didn't write this, but to which I dropped my phone with disgust. You should never be buying a new car. You should be buying a car that you can afford, not the payment you can afford.
Right.
If you can afford a $5,000 car, or you can't, take the bus for a while until you've saved up $5,000, then buy a piece of crap used car and continue to save your money. And if buying a new car is really, really important to you, and I understand that, maybe you're a young woman, maybe a nurse or a teacher, or I don't know, an engineer that needs a really reliable car and you drive a lot of miles a day, I get it. But there's better ways to go about it than just feelings. Feelings are inappropriate.
I don't see feelings in the topic. So do I need to worry about this? We're okay, right?
Research is appropriate.
Okay.
Because it's Land Research Week this week.
It is. All right. Each day on the show, we're going to take a question from our Land Academy Discord forum. And then, of course, as you know, we're going to get more in depth with this topic that we're going to talk about today by popular request. So here is the question. Ben wrote, "Hi, folks. Has anyone in the group ever used landvas.com? They seem like a good option, but I can't find any reviews on them. If you had their 3rd tier membership and got tied up doing a lot of volume, like 15,000 per month mailers, the discount they have with DataTree would almost, if not pay for 90 hours per month of the VA work included in the membership. Just thought I would ask."
So, like many of you, most of you, or all of you listening to this, you're just learning about landvas.com, as am I. So when I decided to put this in here, the first thing I did was look at all the discussions, the people who responded to this in the Land Academy Discord forum. And then I looked at it myself, and it's a joke. Like many of these products, it's for some reason, this generation loves to create these cute little .coms and then dangle a carrot saying it's going to be cheaper and easier, but the work never gets done.
Shucks, that's a bummer.
We utilize VAs, and we recommend one specific group of VAs that have been with us since Jill and I started. And are they the best? They're the best option for us. I know that we use them all the time to process all kinds of stuff very successfully. And many of our members do too. Are they perfect? No. Does it have issues? Yes. But I can tell you, look, there's a lot of places on the internet now buying and selling land, largely because of the success of Land Academy, has become a lot more common than it used to be 10 years ago. And all of these apps have popped up. There's people sitting in their basement that are 14 years old, grabbing at landvas.com and putting some stuff together, making a few phone calls and making this look easy. It's not.
True.
If you want to be rewarded financially, this is a place for you. But it's not through little easy buttons like this. There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Today's topic, why research is the backbone of successful land investing. Boy, we covered a lot of this out of order.
We did. So I had 3 areas that I want to just kind of highlight that where we are really research heavy and focused. So at the beginning, we use research, like we talked about earlier this week, just picking out places to buy and the properties to buy, period. And a lot of the research is, what do people want? What are people buying? That's it. What's selling? That's kind of sounds like a no-brainer, but you can't just assume that everybody, because you like everything, because you love anything, smaller than an acre or smaller than 5 acres. You can't assume that that's what everybody else wants. You need to put the research in to see what people want. When you're trolling and looking for or now it's fishing, right? Fishing/trolling, whatever you want to call it. When you're looking for areas that you are putting together to start doing your red, yellow, green tests of where would be, good potential areas to buy and sell land, you're doing the research. You're researching the area and you're researching the properties. That should come up. So, because you want to buy, well, shucks, everybody's buying 5 to 10 acres in this area. Look, they're flying off the shelves. That's what I'm going to focus on. There you go. Now in the middle, what research am I doing in the middle of this whole process? Again, this is research. Why it's the backbone of everything we do as land investors. You got to do some research on pricing. Not only now I got the area figured out in my research, I got the property type. I got to think about what's the sweet spot here. Jack calls it the break point. To what there's a point where people, up to this price flies off the shelves. Over this price sits. It might be 6 months, stays on market. I don't want that. I want things to sell in, anywhere from 30 to 90 days. For me, that's a good spot. If it's less than 30 days, which certainly happens often, my instinct is like, shoot, now I underpriced it. And that's okay. But I made the money that I needed to make, and it's totally fine. I easily doubled my money, probably a little bit more, and I got out. So it's totally fine. But research goes into that on what am I gonna spend, and pricing, right? Because based on what I'm gonna sell it for. Research. Now the third part at the end, for me, the end is selling it. And the research that goes into it is how am I going to sell it? Right? What's in this market? Where is it selling the quickest? Is it people listing it themselves and doing it like Facebook Marketplace? Research is going to tell me. Or is it going to be, oh, look at this in this area. Everybody goes, these whitetail property guys are the places to list it. That's a research component. Also, what is a good listing? What looks good? What's appealing? What do these buyers want to pull the trigger and quickly purchase these properties? All of this is research. So it's kind of basically marketing. I look at it as everything I just described falls under the marketing to sell it. Who's going to market? How is it going to market? And what do I need to do to make it look good to market it? And what's a good posting? All research.
So why are we doing all this research? Why does anybody do research? To reduce risk.
Yeah.
We do all of these research perfectly in these 3 steps along the way in any given transaction.
Yeah.
We can reduce the risk of wasting time and money where we send mail, where we buy property, reduce the risk of buying the wrong property in the middle, and reduce the financial risk or speed up the efficiency of selling the property at the end. There's a lot of things in life where the research is your research effort, the resources that you need are not available. We didn't have every question to every answer you'd ever wanted in our pocket like we do now.
Yeah.
And
You're
so
right.
There is a huge separation between. We live in such an amazing world now. When we were younger, there was just a massive separation between people who knew stuff through experience and people who didn't. We were younger. We were the ones who didn't. But when you would always meet people that are like, wow, they're a master at this because they've spent 10,000 hours plus doing it. It's just not the case anymore. And a lot of times, false information is just everywhere. So one of your jobs is to research the sources of the research.
Good point. I hadn't thought about that, but that's really true. Don't land on the first website that says, I have all the answers. I'll do your due diligence for you. Hold on a moment. How many deals have you done? 100. That's it. I'm not putting my money there. Like, hold on a moment. Sometimes even less.
All the people that are teaching how to buy and sell land with very few exceptions out there on the internet were once Land Academy members.
Yeah.
So knock yourself out if you want to join their group. More information is always better. More education is.
True.
Or you can learn from us.
Talk about research. That's a good place to do some research. I love it.
Join us tomorrow where Jill and I talk about avoiding analysis paralysis, which is when land research becomes overkill. You are not alone in your real estate ambition. We are Jack and Jill. Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.
We hope you found our content valuable and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help us to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.